Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, he is a best-selling author, former BBC presenter, former champion goalie, and he's an icon of getting people to expand their awareness, to expand their horizons, to question little bubbles that the social engineers, the mind controllers, try to keep us in. He is David Icke. Now, he's going to be on with us for a full hour, maybe even a little bit longer, next Monday. He's on a tour in the U.S., but I wanted to get him on today for just 30 minutes to talk about the plunging dollar, the bringing in of the global currency, which is going to be an SDR, bank-to-bank, that he wrote about more than 12 years ago, what Obama is doing, what he's bringing in, how they announced the internet's being turned over to a private global corporation, the dollar's being shut down, Obama's now the head of the United Nations Security Council, the real body with power. All these things are happening, and the great change is upon us as they expand the tyranny. But in the middle of the darkness, the awakening is exponential. I'm seeing that. Everyone I talk to is seeing it. But David Icke's seeing it around the world. And a real focal point of this, and we salute him. David Icke, thank you for coming on.
Mr. Alex.
Okay, this is a quick segment. You've got the floor. I would imagine you'd like to talk about the dollar first, then we'll get into the larger clash of the titans, the clash of liberty and tyranny that we're beginning to see happen.
Yeah, well, the crash of the dollar has been planned for a long time. It's all part of what I've been talking about for many years, which is how they're using America to destroy America. The idea was for America to be pulled into overseas wars that stretches them militarily, stretches them financially, crash the economy, because if you're a superpower and you have the military and financial might to say no to a world government, then the world government's not a tyranny across the world. It wants every single country subjugated. Therefore, any superpower with financial and military might to stand alone or stand its ground has to go. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the use of America to destroy America. In one way, America is being used in terms of its military to expand the agenda of conquest and control, but at the same time, it's being destroyed in the process. And we're now seeing countries that have been reports in the British media this week, like China and Japan and Russia, and even the Arab countries starting to really move towards disconnecting the dollar from being the oil currency and the reserve currency. And you know, the American economy, like the British one actually, it reminds me of, you know, in those cartoons when there's a chase going on, and eventually all the people in the chase run over the edge of the cliff, and for a while they keep running because they don't realize they've run out of land, and then someone looks down, realizes the land is gone, and then that awareness and they all fall and crash down into the ravine. And if people just looked at what the British and the American economy are standing on at this time, it's fresh air. It's simple illusion. There's nothing there that's holding it together. And I've been saying, Alex, since September when they crashed it first of all, that there's a three-stage process here. First, crash the economy, September 2008. Make everyone see there's a big problem, which needs a solution. The solution is stage two, and that is throwing enormous cuckoo land amounts of money, hosing money at the cause of the problem, the bank, so it disappears in a great black hole. And the idea of stage two is to empty the barrels of governments in terms of having any response to the economic situation that they're facing. In other words, empty their pockets, end their credit lines, and then stage three, which is waiting in the wings, and that's to crash the economy on an even bigger scale than in September 2008, at which point there's no response from governments because they have no response. The barrels
David
are
Icke,
empty.
stay there.
And
Let's
at that
come
point,
back.
It's to bring in the international banking cartel controlled by the House of Rothschild.
The illusion.